even though I know that, I'm still
Mm,
confident to say. I don't know why, but this is my
that's right.
my what is it?
Be
Yeah, my
confident. Mm-hmm.
yeah. To booster of my confidence is very important rather than you cannot say anything here. So
Mm.
that's
Yes.
that's my yeah the first step that I want to reach.
Build your self-confidence, right?
Yeah,
Mm,
build my self confidence.
that's right. Because even though you know a lot of vocabulary
Mm,
and then you are good at writing, you know a
mm,
lot of topics that you can share, but you don't have confidence, then you
mm.
cannot talk. You can't
Yeah,
speak, you can't speak
that's
up,
true.
right? So be
Yes,
confident,
yeah,
believe in yourself.
yeah.
Okay. What about Roddy? What steps will you take to reach your goal?
Well, of course, consistency is certainly a big part of anything that I do. Um, yeah, basically, it's just learning whenever I can, and then asking questions whenever I think it's necessary, or whenever I think that so I'm not sure if I understand something or
Mhm.
someone clearly.
Mm.
And then to be also I also think about how amazing other people are. I think about I'm not doing it. I'm not do I don't do it in the spirit of self degradation or self destruction. It's just that whenever I see that some people that other people do things can easily do things that I can't do, well, that's something, and so I try to learn from them because there are many things that people really know that I don't. I know nothing about, and so I
Mm.
try to learn from them.
Sure.
And then, of course, even if let's say that I am in a situation where, let's say there's somebody who maybe is just a beginner in English, I don't know, maybe B1 or B2, I still like you know try my best to communicate in a very friendly and polite, in the most humble way possible, and
Mhm.
assume that okay, maybe this guy's English is I don't know, maybe just B1 or B2, but that
Mhm.
doesn't really matter because number one, I understand him, and
Mm.
number two, there are many things that this guy knows
That you
that I
don't
don't
know.
know. And who knows,
That's
maybe this
right.
guy's a genius. Yeah.
That's
So
right.
yeah, just be open-minded, and
Mm.
of course you don't need to be to destroy yourself in the process, but
Mm-mm.
it always pays to be humble. You don't lose anything.
That's
In fact,
right.
you gain many things. So yeah,
Mm-mm.
I think those are the only steps that I take.
Absolutely agree with you. Thanks for sharing, Roddy. Okay. How about Nathan? What steps will you take to reach your goal?
First of all, I need to work on myself. I
Mm.
need to develop myself in my process of learning, in my process of knowing something new. So I need to be sure about myself, how I'm feeling nowadays, and if I am good at myself. So I think the first step is to take care of myself and to be sure about my goals in my heart. So the first step it's me, it's myself, inner energy, inner
Mm.
feelings, so that I need to treat, that I need to take care. So the second one is to get information about my goals and organize in different steps and have contact with people that do what I want to do,
Mm.
people that achieve what I want to achieve, and have a good and deep conversation with these people when I can
Mm-hmm.
achieve my goal as well. So it's one of the steps that I usually do
Mm-hmm.
nowadays about my goals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely agree. And also, you have to discipline, right? Yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
Especially how you manage your time. Because if you are always lazy, you don't really do what you have to be done, then you cannot reach your goals. So be disciplined to yourself first and then stay focused. All right. Okay, number 3, what can you do to be more mindful of your choices? Okay. What can you do, Ayu?
To be more mindful of your choice. Okay, it's kind of like that because I decide to practice my speaking and try to commitment myself to get a practice every day, which is even though I just have 10 minutes, at least I can speak 10 minutes in this language. So I'm trying to commit myself and think about English is a part from your daily activity. You will not forget it if you try to set default your brain using English when you want to practice and then every day. But of course, it's very difficult to find a platform that you can practice your speaking. Otherwise, you just find a person who able to speak English. Yeah, lucky me. Lucky me that because I can found this community and this is the right place I can practice my speaking and try to learn something new from this community. I'm noticed that every participant who want to share their opinion and yes, some new word that I can find here and try to practice with that new word. So that is in my mind.
All right. Yes, glad to have you here as well, Ayu. All right. Yes, be consistent. Then you can connect with other members as well if you want to find your speaking partner. Why not? There are many really want to improve their English, then you can connect with them, try to approach them and practice together. All right, moving on to Roddy. So do you have, how can you do to be more mindful of your choices?
Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, so to me, while this one involves, I think, sub steps depending on the situation. Basically, it's what I would call, as many people call it, the dichotomy of control. So basically, it's just being mindful of the things that are really within your control and the things that are not within your control. So, for example, the things that are not within your control of course, political movements. You could influence them to a certain degree, but yeah, if they don't want to listen to you, then there's nothing that you can do about it. It's the same with, for example, your students. You could like spend like an hour just reminding them to practice English every day. But if they really don't want to, they just want to do something else, then there's really nothing you can do about it. These are not, because these things exist outside of you. It's very obvious that, well, it's not within your control, right? But there are other things that you think are within your control, but on the grand scale of things, they are not really. But while it may sound depressing for some, but in reality, it's also liberating because it teaches you the value of things, especially your time. For example, you can't, you could choose to eat healthy and exercise every day. That's something that these are things that are within your control. But aging is something that you can't control. No matter what you do, you're gonna get old, all right?
That's
So
right.
yeah,
Even though
accept that one.
you do
Okay,
some
yeah,
Botox or whatever, lifting.
yeah, accept that one, right? Accept
Yeah.
that one. And then also, of course, because of course we we enjoy so many relationships in life.
Mm-hmm.
Even your friends, no matter how much they love you, no matter how much you love them, even your family, you can
Mm.
influence them to a certain degree. You could be emotional about it, but but if they don't want to listen to you, then
Yeah,
there's
that's
really nothing
right.
you can do about it.
Mm.
So you want to, if you want to, let's say, manage your time efficiently, well, that's, I think, one of the things that you should do. You should be mindful of, the things that are within your control,
Mm-hmm.
work on them, and just focus on them. It's not being completely indifferent to others. It's just that, if you want to, you want to be compassionate and realistic to yourself as well.
Mm.
um, it's not enough that you are just kind to others by spending your time with them, because if they don't want to be with you, or they don't want to spend time with you, or they don't want to listen to you, then I think
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
it wouldn't make any sense for you to be there for them when they don't want to, or it wouldn't make sense to talk to them and advise them, give them pieces of advice when they
Mm-hmm.
really don't want to listen. So I think you would rather like spend your time doing the things that I think you love doing, or things that really help you.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the end of the day, if the people who, if other people, if other people, if these people that you love, or whoever,
Mm-hmm.
can only decide for themselves, okay, they are the only ones who really can decide for themselves, then only you can really decide for yourself. As selfish as that sounds, that's true anyway.
Mm.
So yeah, I think that that's the key. Focus on the things that you can control, work on them,
Mm-hmm.
and just accept things as they happen.
That's right. Absolutely. All right. Thanks for sharing, Roddy. Let's move on to Nathan. Go ahead, Nathan.
So, in order to be more mindful, I usually to review my agenda, to review my progress, to review my steps, and speak about it with my partner, my co-work, my family. So it's a way that I can be much more mindful. So review some points to write again and write it in a different way. So it's some way that I use to be more mindful.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's it, Nathan. Thank you so much. Roddy, you want to say something again?
Okay, so the the next question, I guess,
Ah,
what
ah,
temptations?
the next question. What is that? What temptations can you get rid of to help you stay focused? I think nowadays, especially if you're really into social medias, then you can't avoid to temp browsings, and it takes for you too long to browse the news feed, and then you didn't notice that you already waste time, right? So how can you get rid of those temptations? Ayo, let's see, Ayo.
Uh, I'm not. Uh, I'm thinking about my social media is very helpful me to learn English. My temptation
Mm-hmm.
that I want to get rid is kind of like um, what is
TikTok.
uh yeah, I mean when my friend want to go out with me, so
Uh-huh.
hang out with my friend. I that because I'm not typical person who yeah, who likes go out and hang out or enjoy the coffee shop.
Then you
I
can say
prefer,
no.
yeah, but sometimes we cannot say no. That because when we are always say no, it's not. It's a rude.
But
It's a
sometimes
rude. Yeah,
saying no is
yeah,
okay. It's good for
yeah,
you if you really want to. If you don't
yeah.
want
That
to, then why you say yes, right? Mm.
yes, yes. That's I'm trying to hiding that because uh I don't want to offended my friend. They are always offering me to hang out together. I mean, we have a plan or something like that. I prefer to stay at home and then open my laptop or scroll my social media, which is I can find any kind of new word in English there. So I'm not, I'm not sure. The social media is helpful me very in this
It's
community.
very helpful.
Also, I can I found from social media.
Then
So
you can make what is this time, I mean schedule for your studies at the same time for your friends, not just on the spot. Oh, Ayo, can you come with us, let's go to downtown and have some drinks, and then supposed to be you have to study and then you canceled it, and because you don't want to be you're sounding rude to them, and then you went with them, then it's not
Yes.
for your side, right? So
Yeah.
it's better you have to set schedule or appointment with them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and sometimes I always say sorry, I have family matters, and I'm sorry, I must go to my hometown. So many reason, and then I don't want to be, I don't want make offended for them. So sometimes it's annoying.
It happens to me as well. But me, if I don't want, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I want to rest. I can't go now. I can't go with you guys. Sorry. Maybe next time. Okay. Why not? Say no. There's no problem. Because if you compromise with your own schedule, with your own time, then it's not good for yours, for you in your side.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, moving on to Roddy.
All right, so I can't name any specific temptation right now. I can't think of anything. But what I think that number four, at least to me, is related to question number three, because as I've said earlier, you want to focus on the things that are within your control. And basically, at least in the Stoic school of philosophy, that they are really heavy on the rational faculty, or what you might call the mind. Well, of course, your mind or your brain also enables you to feel things, but they focus on basically the cognitive aspect, your decision making and things of that kind. And so you focus on that. You focus on your ability to reason. And with that, with your reason, you of course make choices. Because it's very the easy, which just because it's easy doesn't mean that it's correct, right? Or that it's the right thing to do. It's easy to blame things that exist outside of you, even people. For example, you could say, well, my friend asked me to drink, and so I drank, and I got drunk, and I got into trouble. Well, yeah, you could blame somebody else. But in every situation, you have this so-called power of choice.
Yeah. What was your choice?
I think one of the things that you can ask yourself is that which one do I think is more reasonable? That's to say, more valuable. For example, you let's say, for example, if you are a student and there are things that are going on, and you are a graduating student, you have a thesis to write, and you need to go to your OJT or on the job training, and of course that it doesn't really need to be said that you're busy, right? Now, any bad influence could simply tell you, hey, let's get drunk, right? Now,
You can't go to your
Like,
OGT.
yeah. So,
Mm,
which one do you value? Like, do
mm,
you value the approval of this so-called bad influence?
mm,
Or maybe maybe you value your work, your integrity, your education. So which one is more valuable? Which one do you think is more reasonable? Because if you, in the end of the day, if you think, it's more reasonable to get drunk, then you're gonna get drunk. But if you think, it's more reasonable to study and learn because it's for my personal growth, and it's reasonable to go to my OJT because I don't want to ruin my reputation, and the owner of the company trusts me, and so it's my moral obligation to, like, repay that trust with,
mm, mm,
honesty and consistency. And so basically, yeah, you do what is reasonable,
mm.
and only you can do that for you. Nobody else does it for you. And that,
That's
with that in
right.
mind, I
Mm.
think you can overcome any temptation.
You should make a good choice, right?
Yeah, the power of
Yes,
choice.
that's right. Absolutely. What about Nathan? What temptations can you get rid of to stay focused?
Yeah, I have the same thing in my mind. I believe we are on the same page. I think our life is makes with a lot of different choice. We
Mm,
have to make a decision all the time. Maybe we have hundreds of decisions during the day. So to me, the point is to have the better point, the better decision in my life in that moment. So according to my goal. So I think it's not easy. It's a not easy work to do, at least for me. During the day, I need to take a break and see the options that I have, because when I have a choice, I need to deny something, other thing
mhm,
in my life, because I have a lot of options to choose. So it's
mm,
not easy. Sometimes necessary to take a look and think again and have a advice for somebody, a mentor or somebody like that, to get a better decision. So get better decision. It's something crucial for me, but I confess it's not easy. I need to exercise day by day to organize my ideas to choose the better decision, the better choice in my life.
mm.
So that's it.
That's right. So you can ask some advice from your friends, from your loved ones, but in the end, you're still the one who decide for yourself. So you don't blame others if your decision was wrong or you failed, right? Your choices. That's right. Okay, so what is number 5? Are you keeping track of your spending every month? Uh-huh. For me, I do. I always write down every time when I spend, always write down, oh, today I purchased something. I always list in my notebook so I can monitor how much I spent this month. But still, just writing, I mean, just write all the expenses, but there's no plan that next month I have to spend or less my expenditures. Still extravagant. Okay, so what about Ayu?
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think like you mentioned is very good. Good way to track all of your spending every month. Uh, for me, I'm a little bit lazy to write down what I'm have spending
Mhm.
all of the, on 1 month. So all of my money in 1 month. So I'm just try to a simple like I'm buy I divide my salary, and then I put one of budget for shopping. So any kind of shopping on that budget. At least I will know that how much the cost that I can spend on from that budget, and without any what's uh what is I don't know how to say in English, without any take any kind of the other budget or something like that. So you stick with this budget every month, which is you must you doesn't need any additional money for this budget. So just
So you
stick with it.
stick to it that
Yeah.
okay,
With
that's
the
right.
with the that amount, and then
Mhm.
every month you can see that how many money that you can spend on on that month. So if you have any kind of urgency
Emergency.
urgency things,
Mhm.
the cost, for instance, like medical
Mm-mm.
costs.
Mhm.
I have another contingency in the budget, so it will be it will be okay. So that I'm divide of my income, because I'm too lazy to write down like you are. My mother always what is a tracking and record everything that she has been
Spending.
spending on that month. But for
Mhm.
me, I'm quite lazy. I'm lazy person, so I can admit that I'm lazy person. So I just put this budget for shopping. If you can save your money, it will be good. If not, just only that budget you can spend on that month.
Oh, that's good also strategy. So you don't have to worry about keep recording or listing
Yeah,
all those expenses.
yeah.
So for example, this $300 is only for my groceries month. And this $500 for my shopping clothes
Yeah,
or other stuff. And
yeah,
then if you spend or whatever, so you don't have to record it because you already
yeah,
make that budget, right?
yes,
Oh, that's a good.
yeah,
Maybe I will try that strategy because all the
yeah.
time whenever I go to the supermarket, even though I just but let's say $50, I always record it. Or
Wow.
$10, I always record it. So at
Oh,
the end of the month, I always total out,
mm,
too much for me, too many
yeah.
things to do. So I think that's
Yeah,
better, right? You don't have to
yeah,
worry because you already
yeah.
have this budget. You stick to it.
Mhm. Yeah,
If you
stick
need,
with the budget.
then you just let it later.
Wait until the next month.
Next month.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me try it. Thank you.
Okay.
Are you? Okay, moving
Yeah.
on to Roddy.
All right, so every time that I receive my salary, I what I do is I allocate a certain amount of money that I can spend on anything. And like when I say anything, I mean anything that you won't consider a true or natural necessity. For example, food. Food that's a necessity, whether you like it or not. You need to eat. And then of course drinks. And then of course your electric bills. Um, you need to pay for them, of course. That doesn't really need to be said. But and so they are not a part. They are not considered in my allowance, if you will. The specific budget that I allocate to myself for anything else that I want to pay for or buy. So what I do is, let's say, for example, I say, oh, okay, I'm going to spend, I'm going to save 2,000 for myself, just this month. Now, either I'm going to spend that money on something, or maybe I'm just going to save it. But the rest of my money, I just spend them on necessities. And if there is anything left in the end of the month or in the end of the day, then I just save it up, and then think about, possible ways that I can spend it. For example, right now I'm still studying, and so I save up for that, and then I think, well, while I'm not saying that I have a good memory, a very sharp memory, for some reason, whenever I spend on something that isn't, like, it isn't, let's say, is not biologically necessary, I'm good at reminding myself of it. I don't know why. To this month, I've spent 490 pesos on a book. I remember it
Wow.
clearly because that's the only
Mm-mm,
thing that I've bought for myself, which
mm-mm,
is not a biological necessity. Well, it's still necessary for my mind because
mm-mm,
I learned from my book, but
mm-mm,
yeah, it's not a biological necessity. So it's very easy to remember. To remember.
yeah.
That's all.
Wow. You're really into your studies, Roddy. That's great.
Yes.
Keep going. Okay, good job.
Yeah.
All right, what about number 6? What habits can you add to your day to help you stay on track? Mhm. Any habits that you can add to your day to help you to stay on track with your goals?
Consistent.
Consistency. Uh-huh. We always talk about this consistency is the
Yes,
key,
it's the
right?
key. Yes.
But there always something that you feel lazy and then you don't
Mhm.
want to do it. And because sometimes
Yeah.
you're always doing the same thing every single day, you also feel bored and you need some time. Your mind also needs
Yeah.
some break, right? So
Yeah. Sometimes I
mm,
feel like that, Lynn, when, yeah, darling, I want to improve my speaking every day, English, 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 and then try to attend this meeting and that meeting and beyond on this
every
community,
meetings.
every meeting that I
uh,
can attend.
oh.
And then suddenly, sometime when I feel not okay and my mood is down,
Mhm,
I'm feel under weather, so
mhm.
I will just lying on my bed and sleep maybe earlier than before. So
Usually
I think
you join the meeting nighttime during your nighttime or morning as well,
after I'm back
daytime.
from the office, I start join the meeting when there is a meeting from start from 8 p.m. in my
Mm-hmm.
place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will join that meeting and then still continue until 11 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah. Uh, at least more than 10 minutes per day I can practice my speaking, it will be good. So
Mm-hmm.
so let's try. If I feel very
Exhausted. Uh-huh.
exhausted about these activities, I
Mm-hmm.
just sleep.
Mm.
That because my desk beside of my bedroom,
Your
my
bedroom.
bed. So just
Uh-uh.
I just jump to my bed if I feel sleep. I
Feel
will say
sleepy.
that I'm
Mm.
sorry I leave earlier on this meeting, and that because tomorrow morning I must wake up in early morning, and I must go to the office. So 11 p.m. is
Mm-mm.
what is a maximum time that I can
Stay.
learn, yeah,
Mm-mm.
stay and learn English. So
Mm.
yeah, that's it.
That's good. Yes, why not? Okay. How about Roddy? We only have 8 minutes. Okay,
Okay.
keep
All
going.
right. So, okay. So, to me, what we do is, many people would object to this, but well, we all learn differently, so will learn in the way that works for me. i- if you are anything like me, if you are into nonfiction,
Mm-hmm.
while of course nonfiction is nonfiction, and we all know what nonfiction is. Not all, they differ in terms of the style of writing,
Mm-hmm.
and of course the content. That doesn't really need to be said. And of course, the density and the like the amount of information that they contain, you could like maybe scale them from 1 to 10, and 10 of course would be the most difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And with that in mind, whenever I see a book, or whenever I buy a book that I know is maybe on the scale of 8 or 9, I tell I tell myself to take each step at a time. Now that's easier said than done, because when if you're somebody who's used to reading, I don't know, maybe nonfiction books about, let's say, I don't know, developing your habits, right? Or maybe something like Mark Manson's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F, right? That's a very easy read. Like you could like spend like maybe I don't know, an hour to finish that book, and then you'd be good. You just understand it. But like if like just like the book that I've just bought, The Philosophy of Education by Neil Nudings. It's a philosophy book, and so it's kind of tempting to tell myself, okay, today I'm going to read a chapter of this book, and nothing's going to stop me. I'm gonna analyze every argument, every paragraph, and I just won't be stopped. One chapter a day. But each chapter, of course, is consisted of like, I don't know, 8 paragraphs, and every paragraph is complicated enough. And so, since that would be too demanding for me, I tell myself, okay, today I'm just going to read one paragraph, just one paragraph, one paragraph. I'm going to analyze that paragraph. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to study it thoroughly, just that one paragraph. And then let's call it a day, because that's doable. It doesn't, your brain automatically tells you whether you like it or not. It automatically tells you, hey, I can do that. Let's do that. You're not going to be torturing me. You're going to be kind to me. All right, let's do that. Just a paragraph today.
Just,
All right, and then
yeah.
and then even if I end up, let's say, for example, yesterday I told myself, okay, I'm just going to read one paragraph today. I ended up reading 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then I told myself, okay, 4, not bad.
Yeah.
And then this morning I told myself, okay, I'm just going to read one paragraph, and then I ended up reading 2.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is to tell yourself that you're going to do something doable. And if you tell yourself that you're going to do something doable, then you're just going to do it. Because if you, like, let's say, for example, if you were a student and I don't know, you told yourself, okay, I'm gonna spend tonight writing a whole thesis. Well, good luck. Maybe you're a genius. I'm not. So yeah, good
Genius.
luck.
And also, if you absorb too much information in your brain, it's not work. It doesn't work because you
Yeah.
cannot remember all those information. So it's better you just study 1 or 2, and then you have a deep knowledge with that topic.
Oh yeah, yes.
Because if you learn many topics and your brain, too much for me, I can't take it. Your
Yeah.
brain explode.
Yeah.
Explode. Okay. So anyway, guys, maybe we still have 4 minutes. Let's have a quick one more question. What habits can you? I think this is number 7. We're number 7 now. How can you practice waiting before making a purchase? Especially for women, we're really eager to buy something. We cannot wait if it's on sale, right?
Yes, that's true.
So
Yeah,
we have to practice waiting.
yeah. I'm always practice waiting, Lynn. That because I'm a good I'm love I'm what is when I bought
When I
bag,
buys,
a new bag, and then I really love to collect the bag from Fossil. So if there's something new from this brand, I'm I must wait until one of my bag is broke or cannot use anymore. Otherwise, I will sleep outside of my room, and then my bag's in my room.
Mm.
That's
You
that's
love
the
collecting stuff?
Yes, I'm collecting my bag.
Wow.
Vintage.
Oh, yes. Women love collecting bags, shoes,
Yeah.
clothes. Even though we don't really use them, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Mm,
that's true. We have
absolutely.
7 days here, and then every day already changed, but still left the
Mm,
bags.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, Roddy, can you give us just a little short answer?
Okay, no
Uh-huh.
problem. I think one of the best things that we can do is to make the most out of what we have.
Mm,
Because when we do that, we appreciate what we have, and either it's gonna like allow us to be patient and wait for the opportunity to buy whatever it is that we want to buy, or better yet, we could end up saving money and not buying anything anymore.
that's right. Absolutely. Because if you don't need, and it's better just set aside your money if you still
Yeah.
have thing that you can use. So it happens to me as well. So nowadays I don't really collect stuff. I only buy things that I really need. Before, I love collecting shoes, even though I have so many shoes and clothes. I have so many clothes and then end up just giving away, throwing away. Just waste money.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's true.
absolutely, guys. Thank you very much for
Okay,
Thank you
today's
for the
meeting.
thank
meeting,
you.
Lynn. Thank you
I
for
Thank you,
hope to
guys.
see you
supporting.
next week. Okay. Bye
Okay,
bye.
bye
All
bye, my
right,
Yeah.
friend.
See
bye,
you. Good job, everyone.
bye.
Bye bye.